Hey guys, what's up, you beautiful bastards? How's it going? Film buff here to talk about Hellboy. So originally, I hired some douchebag to edit the video. I think I was gonna give him money, but he didn't do anything about it yet, and I have a feeling he's probably gonna be too busy to want to do it because he's got other shit he's doing. So we'll forget about that original video, even though it was the creme de la creme of my reviews. It's a hidden gem, lost to time. You guys will never get it. It was flawless. It was perfect. There was no stuttering. I did an immaculate Chris Ray Gun impression, and you'll never see it unless you go to my Patreon that I don't have yet. But it could come back. Maybe. Don't hold your breath, though. Anyways, let's get into Hellboy. So, Hellboy, let's see. If you're retarded and you don't know what Hellboy is, it was a comic book, and then it was a movie, and now it's another movie. So, in this movie, there's like this old queen, and they pretty much like hand wave her entire origin story out of the way in the very beginning. Like, it's rapid fire. This whole movie is rapid fire. So, it's like, hey, she was gonna kill people, and then they cut her up, and then after they cut her up, they put her in boxes and they shipped her around the world via express FedEx. And after that, a millennia later, she's back. She's been freed by a pig, and it's now up to Hellboy to kill her. And honestly, though, the way people have been reviewing this movie would have led you to believe that it's the second coming of Suicide Squad. There's nothing worse than it. It had like an 11 on Rotten Tomatoes initially. I don't really give a shit about Rotten Tomatoes, but I think that that's really doing this movie a disservice because it's way better than Suicide Squad. It's not a fan four stick. It's I don't want to say 1,000 leagues above those movies because it still does have like, similar issues to those movies, but it's nowhere near as bad as people are making it out to be. So I would definitely say go check it out. I had fun with it. It's got a lot of gore, violence, darkness. It's got some good CGI, and that's putting it nicely. But it's also got some very shitty CGI. But it's also got some great practical effects, and oh man, it was fun. I had a good time with it, and I think that if you just get around with some friends and you're drunk and you just want to be entertained for like a solid, maybe however long the movie is, this movie will get the job done. There's no qualms with it doing what it's there to do. Now, getting into the negatives of the movie, things just happen for almost like no reason at all. And it's not like in a fun way where it's like, oh, we got to keep the plot moving. It's more of a, oh, well, this is here now, and blah, blah, blah. You can fucking deal with it. And it's like, wait, what? Weren't we just, how'd the, all right, whatever. And I think as long as you're just willing to roll with that, that's the highest hurdle that I found with this movie is like your suspension of disbelief when it comes to story, because it's a movie about a fucking demon from hell coming back to stop a queen who may or may not be from hell. And if you're willing to already ride with that plot, then there's pretty much nothing in the way of your enjoyment for this film. So before we get into spoilers, I give this movie C minus. Dead's best. Now, let's see. Let's get into some spoilers and yeah, you sure about that? 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, so he saves the day, of course, in the end, and then the movie decides at the very end to be something that I wanted from the beginning. It kind of turns into a little bit of Kingsman. It has like this great action shootout. Well, maybe not quite as great as the Freebird church scene from Kingsman, but it's fairly close. It's all one take. They might have scuffed that a bit in editing, but it feels like it. And there's some like really cool shots. There was one shot that I was tinkering around with if I were ever to shoot a movie, and I kind of fucking hate that this movie stole it, not stole it, but they used it where he like fires, and then the camera travels backwards from when he took the shot, and we go through the bullet hole in a dude's head. That's some sick shit right there. Really sick, awesome, loved it. And there just wasn't enough of that. It was all put into one basket at the end of the fucking movie. And then they have the goddamn gall to say, hey, guess what? Abe Sapien, everybody. He's going to be in the sequel. If they ever even fucking get a sequel, that is. So, I mean, oh, fuck. I mean, I wouldn't mind one, but it's like, if you are going to do it, you better do it good, man. So, hey, fingers crossed. Let's see, what else? The humor is shit. It's god awful most of the movie. There were only two things that kind of made me laugh. It was that fucking pig character. Because when he's like a little baby and he's cursing, he's like, "You done fucking cheating me, you cunt. Fuck you." That was hilarious. Like, I could have used way more of that. But it just wasn't in the movie a lot. And let's see what else. Towards the end of the movie, there are these zombies that come out of the ground for literally no reason. And they fucking, like they start attacking Hellboy. And Hellboy's like, why can't nothing in this fucking country stay buried? And I was like, that's a solid, that's good. That's a joke. You got one. You got one. So that was pretty cool. And also the gore towards the end of the movie, and this is kind of in the trailer, so it doesn't really kind of count as spoilers, but it sadly is more towards the end of the movie. But there are these fucking, like, as soon as he takes the sword, the Excalibur, okay, that is spoilers. But as soon as he takes Excalibur and he fucking wields that badass motherfucker, all these giants come out of hell and they start murdering people in the most brutal ways. And they're like, I'm talking like they're peeling people. Like, if you guys have seen Bone Tomahawk, you know oh fuck, I forget the name of the Indians in that movie, but troglodytes. The troglodytes, yeah. They basically rip a dude from the groin to the head. Like, they just grab two ends of his legs and just that's the level of, like, nastiness that these demons are throwing down on people. And it is some repugnant shit, but I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing the whole way through those sequences because I was, oh fuck, they just did that. That's crazy. What the hell? And it just goes balls to the wall crazy. So if anything, I'd say go see it for that. So yeah, that's my review. I'm gonna try and see something else for you guys. Maybe I haven't really gotten much in the way of like a bad film yet, and I don't want this channel to be just strictly superhero movies. So my choices are Little, which looks to be god fucking awful, or let's see, the Missing Link. I'm gonna see one of those two probably, and I'm hoping at least to enjoy one of them. And if I see the one that's shit, I will let you know. Believe me. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. I'll catch you later.